this match for me is all about flameZ versus Heroic. It's all about Train versus Heroic. A map they're both good at, but okay, cadiaN's down here, back of the site by the spools. They're all trying to wrap. He finds the perfect off angle, but they have made their way around the train. However, he is so prepared. Wow, him and Nico putting up all the kills right now.
Yeah, cadiaN's gonna get aggressive onto the ramp. Surreal will find something here for Endpoint, but they die without their bomb plant. A near...
They rung a bit too early.
Yeah, definitely. We're 5 rounds deep, and Heroic hold on to 4. But we've got guns up for Endpoint. An immediate attempt into the Pop Dog stavn meets Mightymax. Kills him, and flameZ able to extend out from TeCon, but it's a double kill for stavn now. 2-man advantage as well for Heroic. This cadiaN cuts one off with the op. He's gonna slowly sneak into the angle just as they depart here.
Now, cadiaN will take this as a invitation to come all the way down to the bottom of Ivy. He'll start to walk up with his op, clear out close positions, and eventually be able to flank TeCon. Endpoint, the jig is up. It's either B or TeCon, but it ain't Ivy. Look at cadiaN slinking all the way through spawn, taking his sweet time. It's gonna be one of those situations where he'll get there as they execute and they both die before he can get a kill. Oh, nice sandwich smoke. Whoops.
There's one. And now suddenly Crucial knows how tough of a spot he really is in. Nailed to the wall. Surreal half health thanks to that deep nade from B.
Everyone in pretty good spots. We got a classic A-side setup, watching Ivy passively, and oh my god, cadiaN, a few shots go soaring past his head, and then he recomposes and kills Mightymax. There's already a bunch of kills that go down across the board. Nico gets a most critical one here. That would have made it a 2v2 situation if Heroic find it, but now it's down to Crucial, who, as low as can be, will have to come back and reclaim the bomb as well as kill 3 people, and they're all ready for him. However, great crosshair placement means he'll win one over TeSeS. 2 ops remain, which means his health might not be a factor.
Yeah, with the smoke grenade, he can deny that long range of vision.
Oh,
waits out the frag, hits it with the flash, grabs bomb. He has a chance to go back to the A site, and it's for that reason Heroic have to keep their 2 players split.
Yeah, this is a tough call. He knows if he crosses all the usual spots, he's just going to get opt.
I like this.
He does find a timing, but oh, he doesn't notice Nico's actually just...
Blue Train, he's looking for the kill on TeCon, but Mightymax is able to get one before he inevitably dies. Unfortunately for Endpoint, here in the final round of the first half, they've got low HP on 2 of the remaining 3. But they are versus the double op, so if they can get a bomb plant, if they can just group up and hit something together, there's no reason not to believe that they couldn't walk away with a 6th.
cadiaN seems to be paranoid that someone has walked across the site. This leaves an open line out at upper, and he'll actually recede just in case they have taken over B, but this will also have him call for help. We've got Borup pushing all the way through spawn, and cadiaN, again, in a passive position to make sure that they can't cross, but the bomb plant is in.
Deep smoke, kind of counters stavn. He's going to jump up onto the spool, and got to keep your head down. That is a counter-opper. Down to 66. Close player is Surreal, AK in hand. This is going to be some combat opping from cadiaN. Oh, and he misses the barrel stuff, but Borup will then strike from behind. flameZ clears it as he still hangs on to that upper control, and stavn a bit desperate. 2 missed shots, and the time is what makes the difference.
Oh, they just pretended. They were going to run outside. They baited out some utility, and they'll cancel it. What are the odds of getting a plant from here, Connor?
Slim to nothing.
Okay.
They got 1 flash left. Look at Crucial wasting no time. He's gonna kill them before they can even throw their flashbang.
Oh, they needed that flash. That flash was everything.
Whoa! Everybody's here. It's a party. flameZ with 2 kills and a 3rd. That is money, 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 money.
So much money. Yeah.
Might be even bigger. Gargantuan. It's not over. Nico, he's got the deagle, and we know he can use it. flameZ on the bomb site, watches them exit, and that's what I'm talking about. Now, Surreal's able to answer with a double kill off of the AK. He just threw himself inside of the site, and it worked out wonderfully so far. He loses half his health in the process, but at least he cuts down some numbers from Heroic. They had a double man advantage. And they do have their hands on one M4, but it's pistols for the other two.
Oh, if he ran out of bullets, Surreal. He definitely would have got a few in the feet.
Predicts the peak. It's a reposition from that Deagle playing on the train stopper. Surreal, he's going to start to extend out.
Oh,
Mightymax trying to take his shoes off, but they're steel toes. And cadiaN, well, now he knows where there's two CTs at. Him and Borup combined for a couple kills, and oh, Mightymax, is he about to clutch another 1v3? He's going to give chase to cadiaN, who tucks tail and sprints away. Mightymax sticking the defuse. It is insult to injury.
Yeah, the turns around. Maybe it would have been an easier round from there on out, but Endpoint had full control of things, man advantage and everything.
Wow. Not shying away from the initial fight. Borup, he just goes flying out here, but the ops absolutely sing a glorious tune. Is it coming home? At least here on the first map, TeSeS taking to the top of the train yard. cadiaN is back behind him on a quarter of his HP. And he just saw him up in the office. TeSeS takes his head off. Mightymax falls back. And his teammate tries to as well, but Surreal doesn't go all the way into the depths of it. Mightymax hitting another shot. The absolute MVP of this first map's gone down. It is cadiaN looking for his 30th kill, but another missed shot.
Supposed to be a stretch too. We already had a big surprise today. See if we have room for another.
Let's find out. CTs just basically evacuate the B site, go ahead and give it over to Heroic, maybe only to take it back. 4 players in the water side. I mean, they're definitely going to wrap now around through Monster, but there's a player keeping them in position.
Are you serious?
Hitting the 900 like Tony Hawk.
DPI button or something.
And Borup, well, he's going to deliver another headshot. I would love to see that. If there's nothing better to replay, that's what I want, please. Surreal, he's already been spotted up in heaven, so it looks like Heroic are taking it away from them, unless, with 14 HP left over, he can tap into the final 2 heads, but it's not going to happen. Heroic winning pistol on...
Setting up for the fast B now. Slight delay. Minute 15 on the clock. They'll do similar entry path, and cadiaN will take the first kill. Rotations are here. They're a little bit late. They get punished, trying to come into heaven. Smokes come out. Plant will most certainly go down. Mightymax will think about taking this op into the next round. Gets grandfathered forward. One more time.
There's a very real chance that Endpoint are reminded here on this second map of the series that Heroic are not a bunch of slouches. We're talking about a world-class team. A team that arguably wouldn't even be in the Showdown phase, because it's not like they were at the series and lost, but they were our last-minute stand-in for Evil Geniuses. So they just kind of came in here to whoop around some opponents and take one of the 2 spots to get into the finals.
They instantly became a contender to actually win the Showdown when they came in for EG seed, basically, yeah.
You could argue that favorites even to just win this leg of the seat, like this leg of the year.
robiin peeks back into bathrooms. That is maybe a mistake. He was in a strong position. Crucial, he'll catch one off and realizes he could get flanked, so he's going to get nervous about it in just a few moments here. He'll start to peel back, but he still has an opportunity. Shot is missed. Oh, we'll look back for the second try. But stavn, over on the other side of the map, has gotten a kill. This is interesting. What happens now? The bomb will get planted. Mightymax and flameZ, 2 on 4.
They've really got nothing to offer us here in this one, because stavn's just left that B site.
Right.
You can see
terrified.
It. Crucial, he gets that 1 kill on connector, assuming more players are rotating up, and correct in assuming so.
Yeah.
But you said it best, right? He knew that he was compromised through bathrooms, and TeSeS was getting closer and closer. He had backed up a bit, but then re-aggressed for another angle out into mid, and it's at that moment that the flashbang pops him. He kind of turns away, hopes for the flick shot, and it was close, I'll give him that. But had he been further back and around the corner, then maybe he could survive a little longer. Yeah. Maybe these B players have a chance at a rotate. Crucial dying, I think, really spells disaster. And it's only flameZ after. Hog, good angle. TeSeS and stavn opening up shop with an immediate 5 versus 3. And they're not going to shy away from this little bit of control that they could force here on the bathroom doors. Robin's got an answer, but Nico very quickly clamping down on this. Mightymax, the man of the hour. He's got more than a one clutch under his belt already, and, well, that one cost him no HP. There are so many rifles at his feet that he's just going to keep swapping through them. Better hope he doesn't pick one up that's empty. Check out the health. 2 players so low for Heroic.
You're saying this is winnable?
Oh, I absolutely am. Mightymax now has bomb, 35 seconds, and there is nobody to stop him from getting onto the B site. He just has to go. Yeah. Run. Run for the hills, my friend.
He's thinking, no way, they've actually just left it open for me, have they? Oh my god. Okay, well there's a... He's actually going to turn back. Now, he can potentially catch a rotator, but the other guy's going to be waiting. Oh my god.
Still 100 health.
There's enough time here. They're rotating in from bank. Does he have utility? No, nothing to work with besides his gun.
He needs to clear this player behind the boxes. He turns his head, and that's going to cost him.
And the next post on Blast Twitter needs to be Mightymax on Mickey Mouse's head.
Why?
Mighty Mouse.
Okay. Sure.
I think he's earned that.
How about put Launder's face on Goofy?
That's okay. Let's not do that. It's totally irrelevant. What does that accomplish?
stavn. Post it up. Obviously the utility indicating the presence. Frag grenade could be good. Ooh, is it ever? 50 health shaved off Mightymax. stavn just looking to add to the kill count, but Mightymax is able to answer even though he's low HP, and another headshot comes through. So now it's actually a 3v2 and the bomb safely tucked over towards the Optimus Prime. Borup, well, he's back behind dumpsters where they want to throw Endpoint. TeSeS, nice timing, walks in, but he misses the initial shots, recovers from it, and there's Borup with an additional kill, so it's all on Crucial, and that utility comes flying at him. He can't manage the close proximity. Heroic finding 14.
Another situation that's very close. It comes down to just one more kill, basically. Endpoint cannot find that, but yeah, there are gaps here where they're allowed into the rounds. Blast limbs and stavn, great crosshair placement, takes Crucial out before he's even able to shoot, and Borup, he's looking for some spam damage, and he's nearly right on the mark. 2 on 5. Or we see Inferno.
So we see Inferno. Give us one last good B hit. At least test the waters. Heroic, they were always meant to pick up this map. And they're still meant to pick up this series, but Endpoint proved to us on Train they can challenge on an individual level. With the clutch factor, that was a big one. I would say the biggest factor, in fact. See if they can pull that back from the depths of this map loss. Gonna buy their time, 40 seconds on the clock, met by a grenade. Really indicates that the CTs are prepared for their presence. Smoke thrown out, flashbang as well. Gets the eyes of TeSeS turned, but Borup's still standing up on boxes. cadiaN's got that first kill. Now Surreal's entirely surrounded. It would take a little magic, and it's not gonna happen. Heroic recovering from a first map loss, a series that they should still absolutely win.
Little bit now. They had a good first map. Heroic don't look completely on it at the moment, and they do play it a lot. So at least, you know, it's not like Overpass where it's not even worth talking about almost. This is actually a situation where Endpoint, they have a game plan. It just may or may not be good enough. And here are some opening kills that are making it look solid. And Mightymax again, he's just looking so damn good. Like stats-wise, wasn't getting every critical kill on Overpass, but like starting off those Deagle rounds, a few pistol rounds, like he definitely was doing a lot. And here's Heroic, 2 on 5 situation. Nico trying to get closer to the bomb just so they could potentially run into a site. Just try not to get decapitated. It's pretty much the only goal. Get a plant if possible. Nico's carrying the utility, but it's just going up against too much talent here.
Yeah, stacked to the brim Endpoint. They had 2 players left with utility Heroic, but now at the minute mark, it's only cadiaN. 76 HP, P250, smoke flash. Nobody really facing him here. They're kind of poking at him, prodding at him. And he's dealing a little bit of damage the other direction, but If I was a gambling man, I'd put my money on Endpoint. However, Endpoint's still leaning a third player towards B. So Surreal very much in a high-pressure position, and robiin is right there on lane with him, trying to keep his head turned back the other side. Oh, Surreal, that is huge. He can't quite deliver the third kill, and robiin actually goes down empty-handed. So this opens the round right back up. Crucial kill for cadiaN, considering that Surreal adds 2 to the tally. 15 seconds on the clock as bomb goes down, and the counter-terrorists are just going to encapsulate this A site. It's an easy upgrade into the AKs, and we can't forget about that early damage, because the health is low here for Heroic, as is the utility. In fact, it's non-existent. They're just going to have to keep their guns up, cross their fingers, and hope they can hold. With 2 members of their post plant deep in the bomb site, it really falls on Nico to try and keep the defenders off of this. Everybody falls silent. flameZ doesn't see an opening.
They're going away from this?
And they're going to walk away.
Wow, I think they were still in a position where they probably should have attempted the retake. Honestly, you could see from the HP bars, and Mightymax will score too as they come towards it. That was almost a spot where he could have potentially stuck the bomb. It was far back into the...
Going to be playing inside of the site. flameZ dropping the flashbang. robiin laying down the incendiary. They line up, but it's just the 1 kill. flameZ sustains with the MP9, swapping to the AK. Nico clears him from that close corner. And it's 3/4 health for both the remaining members of Heroic. A flash prime from Surreal. But he's going to wait for his teammates to get into position. He's not the only player with utility. Frag grenade goes deep. cadiaN, he's got that op, and it's up close and personal. Surreal gets cleared. Mightymax, well, he's down to 50 health already. And they're doing a great job here, Heroic, of just hanging on, pushing Crucial into a critical position. He misses his op shot, and he's down to a single point of health. This is a 4th for Heroic.
Oh, wow.
He knows it.
He won't even be able to leave. They're going to fight him in the... This would be, I think, the only Tier 1 team they've even played against in the last 12 maps, or however many are on record in recent games, and they've got a lead. Well, gets off scot-free after that kill, and it's constantly Heroic exploiting Arch.
That was the death of a chicken. From an impact off the nade. 4v4, 2 CTs inside of the site. robiin trying to come over, but he's going to have a fight versus cadiaN over on Library as this commitment comes through from Heroic. They're not even going to clear the site. Fake plant actually gets the counter-terrorists to reveal their hand.
Are they going to go for it again is the question. This actually does make it a bit scary, I'd say, for the CTs. It reveals their hand a little bit.
Yeah.
cadiaN's going to start looking around. The smokes will come up, but is this good for the CTs? I don't think so. Pick control is really strong here. Oh, and they'll get all the kills. Love this play by Heroic.
Perfect. Mightymax on 33 HP. He just waits the smoke out. Hello. Goodbye. Where the last 2 reside. Behind him. cadiaN. Deep on Arch. And he was...
Endpoint lose. That's a close one. But hey, look. They're already 5v4 up in this one. And they are finding kills from the bottom of mid versus the alt wrap. However, ultimately the trades favor Heroic. robiin's left alone. They know where he is. They're going to avoid him like the plague. He's going to have to make the marathon rotation all the way around. Puts on the vapor flies. Runs through the spawn. And now I'll cool it down. Last round of the half. Best part about this, he's got to try it. If he doesn't, he's griefing. So let's see what he can do.
He is the top fragger for Endpoint at the moment. 16-8. Looking for 18 kills to close this first half. But as he walks in, he gives up his side to the graveyard player. borup's going to pop up like a whack-a-mole and whack him back. You'd assume. Now revealing his position on site. Even if he tries to stick this, it's an easy spray down with such...
Honestly, 4 years on Endpoint. Mightymax deserves anything he gets. Anything.
Yeah, I mean,
that dedication. He must be the best teammate in the world.
It could genuinely be one of the biggest days for Endpoint as an organization and Mightymax as their careered player.
Flash pump out of Halls. TeSeS back turn. He'll let him out, and that's enough for the trade. It gets a little bit crazy. They've got one more poking outside of the apartments. flameZ looking to do some damage. They're trying to pick. Oh my god, they find the trades. No way, they're on the site. That's it.
Look how little
Nico
health
Borup
they have
dead.
left.
Yeah, cadiaN's on a retake with an up, and stavn, he's low.
That should dunk
That's
him.
a big nade. Okay, 2-on-2 situation. Now they can start talking about this.
Yeah, more utility to throw out as well. Gonna give that op over to stavn. Bogdan's Law. M4 moving up here on cadiaN. A couple of smokes to really nullify Pit. Crucial, though. He's got a bit of a gap to play with. And the first CT goes across. He decides not to take his shot. flameZ on the edge of the balcony. What an off angle. And there it is. Endpoint. Now everybody's going to boost up there like that. Peek from the op goes down. Crucial's dead early. Ooh, stretching for the op there, TeSeS. Dangerous game to play, my friend.
Long arms. Short arms. They'll fall back. Okay, they're giving up pick control. This is actually not a bad spot for Endpoint. It really comes down to, okay, TeSeS will start to move back into here. And he could still get smoked out. Depends on what utility's left over. They could do pretty much anything. Dry peeking is probably not one of the best options. They'll find out the op is in pit. It's an op crossfire. TeSeS doesn't need any help. My God.
Now, in
Ooh,
hindsight,
this is a flub.
So worth stretching for 30 seconds. They're just going to want to go ahead and save this. We're all tied up at 11 again.
That's a bit of a flub. I don't know. It might have been hard to read that situation, but any kind of an execute right there would have been the kryptonite to the op setup. Two players trying to watch each other's backs. One gets overwhelmed. If they got pick control, something like that, it would have been over for the CTs. Very dangerous spot, but they don't find that. And now they're hunting down the exits as well, and it's almost post time, but luckily, at least, they don't. Especially considering you've got flameZ here. They're reading this as a heavy B setup. It'll come down to TeSeS inside of CT spawn, and his spray control is obviously marvelous.
2 kills for him. Crucial. He's trying to pressure up on lane. cadiaN inside of the little pit, and Nico is above him. Hanging out in the apartments. Close proximity versus the Tech 9. AK prevails. The automatic gunfire making the difference. It's a 4 versus 2, but robiin hits another headshot, and cadiaN, well, he's just going to fall silent like a rat. robiin's planting in the back of the site. cadiaN, well, he could be an anchor in this position, but the longer he goes silent, the louder Crucial gets. And then cadiaN coming in at the perfect moment with both of those final kills. Heroic, they've secured their 14th round now. 3 rounds the advantage, 2 more to go. And this is the final map, folks. And
rotations in from Borup. He'll get punished. He thinks that they're clearing inside the cubby. They were still busy throwing grenades.
stavn's actually enabled 1 player on the cross. That's Mightymax. He's looking to just peel these 2 CTs off of sight. stavn could very well be convinced that he never let anybody cross. They're going to wait out the smokes. That's going to open up cadiaN for a rotation. So now Mightymax, if his teammates can get on the site on their own, then he could go ahead and cut off these other 2 CTs that are about to peek eventually from both sides in this direction, but he gets a back turn. stavn didn't think it was possible. cadiaN, combat opping. robiin trying to keep this going, but TeSeS is on site, and he's able to hide behind box. It's all on robiin. He's got 45 seconds, and he's got the smoke out. This could alleviate a bit of pressure. He sends it deep to nullify. cadiaN goes for the peak, takes the fight, and down he goes. Heroic have survived, but they were absolutely tested, and Endpoint exceeding all expectations now tell us that they can compete.